Okay, we've literally all been there, right? You walk through the doors of a supplement store and boom, you're immediately hit with this massive wall of neon-colored plastic tubs, all screaming at you in these incredibly aggressive fonts. You've got Whey, Isolate, Casein, plant proteins. Honestly, it is totally overwhelming. If you just want to support your active lifestyle, it kind of feels like you need a biochemistry degree just to pick out a post-workout shake. Well, good news. You really don't. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that marketing noise. We'll break down exactly what these different proteins actually do, who they're best for, and how you can confidently pick the right one for your specific goals. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the protein foundation, then look at fast-digesting whey protein, slow-digesting casein protein, plant-based alternatives, your daily intake strategy, and finally wrap up with food first, supplement second. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the protein foundation. So just to ground us in the biology for a quick second, protein is one of the 3 main macronutrients your body absolutely requires to function. See, when you work out, you're literally creating micro tears in your muscle tissue. Sounds a little intense, but it's totally normal. Protein then steps in like a repair crew, supplying the amino acids necessary to rebuild that tissue even stronger than before. It's the primary driver of recovery, basically pulling you out of that fatigued state, all while maintaining crucial structural and functional systems throughout your entire body. So the crucial point is this. While protein powders are incredibly convenient, your foundation absolutely has to be built on real whole foods. Just take a look at these sources. Animal staples like eggs, chicken, and fish boast amazingly high bioavailability, which is just a fancy way of saying your body absorbs almost all of it. And on the plant side, things like beans, lentils, and tofu pack a great protein punch right alongside crucial fiber. Before you even think about touching a scoop of a supplement, these nutrient-dense whole foods really need to be the absolute bedrock of your daily intake. Moving right along to Section 2, fast-digesting whey protein. If you've heard of just one protein powder in your life, I guarantee it's Whey. It's the undisputed heavyweight champion and the most popular choice in the world for very good reason. Whey is actually the liquid byproduct of cheese production, which makes it highly water-soluble. Because of this, it digests extremely fast. This rapid digestion makes it the ultimate, most convenient go-to right after your workouts, exactly when your body is basically screaming for amino acids to kickstart that repair process. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it breaks down the 2 main types of whey you're actually going to see on the shelf: regular concentrate and Whey Isolate. Regular whey concentrate is a bit less processed, meaning it retains some naturally occurring fat and lactose. Whey Isolate, on the other hand, undergoes some intense extrafiltration. The result? You get slightly more protein per scoop and significantly less fat and lactose. So if regular whey ever leaves you feeling kind of bloated, Isolate is definitely your premium stomach-friendly upgrade. Which brings us to Section 3, slow digesting casein protein. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact difference between the 2 dairy titans. While whey is fast digesting for that immediate post-workout window, casein is exactly the opposite. Why? Well, because when casein hits your stomach acid, it literally forms this gel-like clot. I know that sounds a little weird, but this unique trait means it takes hours and hours to break down, providing a really slow, steady trickle of amino acids into your system. This makes it the absolute perfect choice for the evening, keeping your muscles happily fed while you sleep and fasting through the night. Shifting gears, let's look at Section 4, plant-based protein alternatives. Now, if you avoid dairy entirely or you strictly follow a vegetarian or vegan diet, don't worry, you are not locked out of the protein powder game. There are some absolutely fantastic, highly effective plant-based options out there. The most common sources you'll see are pea, soy, and rice protein. And you know what? You'll very often find these combined into what's called a blended plant protein. This is actually a brilliant manufacturing trick. By blending them together, they cover each other's nutritional blind spots, ensuring you get a complete, robust profile of amino acids that easily rivals dairy.
All right, on to Section 5, daily intake strategy.
It is without a doubt the most common question in all of fitness. How much protein do you actually need? Well, the honest truth is there's no single magical number. Your requirement varies wildly based on your body size, your activity level, and your specific goals. But a pretty good general rule of thumb for active adults is aiming for somewhere around 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Just remember, a 200-pound bodybuilder is obviously going to require a vastly different strategy than a 140-pound marathon runner. So how do we actually manage all this? Here's your overarching strategy. First up, Most active adults really benefit from spreading their intake evenly across multiple meals, rather than trying to cram 100 grams into one massive, heavy dinner. Second, and honestly, this is absolutely paramount, your total daily protein intake is way more important than nutrient timing. Seriously, you do not need to stress over sprinting to the locker room to chug a shake the exact second you finish your last rep. Consistently hitting your daily total by bedtime is what's actually going to drive your long-term progress. Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 6, Food First, Supplements Second. Let's move to and see how this builds into a complete picture of health. Step 1. Choose a quality protein product that fits your diet, your budget, and hey, your taste buds. But remember, buying the tub is literally just the starting line. Step 2 is staying consistently dedicated to your training. Step 3 is eating a balanced whole food diet right alongside that powder. And Step 4, getting enough sleep every single night. Because here's the reality. A simple scoop of powder cannot perform magic if your training, your diet, and your sleep habits are a total mess. I really want to leave you with this final grounding thought. Protein powder is a supplement. It's not a replacement for balanced meals. It's just there to supplement an already solid nutritional foundation, helping you hit your targets with a little bit more convenience. Remember, it's not magic dust. So as we close out this explainer, I want to leave you with a quick question to ask yourself. Take a hard look at your own plate today. Are you actively building your foundation with real, nutrient-dense whole foods? Or are you secretly expecting a convenient scoop of powder to do all the heavy lifting?